About the author. I am Young Kim Shia, the only daughter of Aang and Shia. I am not really a writer, and this is my mother's story. It is the only story I have ever put on paper. The girl on the cover was my mother's twin sister when she was 17 years old. The picture was taken after my mother had been missing for a year. My mother is dead. I was going to name this book Who is My Daddy, but I do not care about him, as I certainly don't know what a daddy is. There is a lot that I do not know about my mother's life. All I know is that her only crime was to be born with exceptional beauty. I wrote this story because I can no longer carry the pain. It is with much regret that I cannot wish you to enjoy the book, because it is so terrible. Please forgive me for that.
Nurse, quickly, over here.
All the fallout that followed Dulcie Nielsen speaking on live TV seemed to me as artificially inflated, empty and irrelevant reports that were bluntly bashed into shape by the station to meet their needs to perpetuate a myth of their own making. I am yet to find any evidence that could even remotely be fabricated to a link between the book and the conditions the book is accused to have caused. Mr. Writer, I am not here to sue. I have no mandate from Young Kim Shia. I am not here as her lawyer. I can say this, I would have ripped you apart in court if you had printed a second run to line your pockets. I came here to get the facts, and the facts are, you printed 5,000 and released them all. It will be Ms. Young Kim Shia who will carry the unnecessary burden of knowing that circulation is 50-fold to what she had asked for. Mr. Writer, have you read the book?
No, Miss Kramer. I have tried.
You know. I vanish. As a youngster I watched the Niagara Falls, been to the Great Wall of China, the Pyramid of Giza, and later on I played in Monte Carlo. No one ever bothered me as a kid. I could go anywhere. I can't do that anymore, and neither can you or any of us. We have just about all the money in the world. I think it is time to buy some happiness.
Boris, when I landed on your patch, I noticed a bit of construction going on. It seems to me that you are trying to rebuild the world in your backyard. You cannot build Venice in Russia. You cannot recreate the Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe here. It is not the same thing, and it is impractical.
I met a man in a park in Chicago while I was finalizing some handwritten notes, which later became the book. He was a publisher and offered me lots of money, having just read 1 or 2 pages, so he could print it. I did not like the idea, but I paid him money for a small print run. All I could afford was $480, which he said would get 100 books printed. As Sally told me earlier, he did print 5,000 books instead. In a department store, they all sold very quickly because a woman died apparently from touching my book. This made headlines across the world, hence the huge demand for the book. But making money was never my objective. I just couldn't bear the pain anymore. I needed to let it out.
Why do we women have no names? Oh my god, you really are an unpicked cherry. I bet you are still a virgin. Of course I am. How can I not be? You are not kidding, are you? Of course I am not. I wish I was a virgin. You are right. We do not have a name. I never noticed it before. You are Senorina Ramona de Urquiza, or is it Senorita? It's neither. I am Spanish. I am a senorita, or Mona. Of course, pardon, at least you know who you are. Do you want to know my name? See. What good deed have you done?
I made several documentaries of tribes in Africa, the Amazon Delta, confronting stories from Southeast Asia and several assignments in war-ravaged countries to bring the plight of people to the eyes of the world.
Did you get paid for these assignments?
I was honored with several awards and have received financial compensation.
And you drove in a black limousine to collect these awards, followed by lavish dinners.
You had the time of your life, were invited to functions to rave on about the plight of the poor sods that featured in your productions. All the while, you are collecting brownie points, adoration, standing ovations, the talk of the town, ego-boosting, self-serving, glorifying rewards that you humbly call compensation.
Yet, 6, 9 or 12 hours away, the subjects of your glory continue to live in the same mud, crap, filth and unspeakable conditions that you found them in. Would all of this be correct?
Leader Wang Wei, you have been looking at the moon for a long time. What are your thoughts?
The emperor was also called the son of heaven, and that is why I am looking at the moon. I was wondering what that means, Chuang. being the son of heaven. Shang dynasty means a lot more. Go back in time. What did it mean then? An overlord with only one emperor at a time to rule the world, as a representative of heaven.
I don't understand your meaning.
The emperor was a descendant from the heavens, to rule by divine providence here on earth. What do you see in the heavens now, Zhuang?
Wang Wei. I see the moon. I see the moon. I see the moon.
To Never Take for Granted. Out now. Ebook, paperback, and hardcover.